people of the world! Do you know what time it is? It's music time. We are so pumped up to the jam to have you with us. I am Morgan Mitchell, and with me as always is Tanner Grover.
What's up, Morgan, and what's up, universe? You are indeed tuning into a podcast where two friends who love music, yet have virtually no musical acumen, take a deep dive into the vibes that really make us jive.
That's right, because if there's anything that unites us all, it's music. An audible sensation. To live without it is simply deprivation. So, we're here to hear and to share a little slice of a subject that gives us life.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Are y'all ready to rock? Tell me, friends, what time is it on your clock?
It's music time! Welcome to It's Music Time, the It's Music Time podcast. My name is Morgan Mitchell.
I am Tanner Grover. This is what we do. And today we are doing it with Katie Matzell. What's up, Katie?
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome, Katie. We are so excited to talk to you today. Thank you for making time to chat with us. We are going to start the way we start every episode with a little game. We're a pretty playful bunch over here, nothing too serious. So we are going to present you with some options of songs that were the number one hit on the day you were born. So Katie was born on December 25th, 1985. Okay, first of all, wow. I'm sure there's been a lot of fuss about that your whole life, but we just have to say, like, Christmas baby, rock and roll, Capricorn energy, all of us. Yeah. All of us. Tanner's the 28th.
I'm the 28th.
I'm New Year's Eve, and you're Christmas.
Yep.
We're the best, aren't we?
We're the best.
We are. Capricorn.
We are a dangerous bunch.
Capricorns get things done.
We are serious. We are serious.
Yeah.
We just said we're goofy, but actually we're like low-key serious bunch over here. Anyway, all right, so your options on this December 25th, 1985. Number 1A, your option. We Are the World. USA for Africa.
Option B, Say You, Say Me, Lionel Richie.
Okay. Option C, Like a Virgin, Madonna.
Or option D, Take On Me by Aha.
Ooh. I'm going to go with Take On Me.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, I wish it was right. And I have to ask you, can you hit that high note and Take On Me? That's pretty high.
Yeah, actually, I sing in a wedding band, and we play that song.
No way!
That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Well, it was Say You, Say Me by Lionel Richie.
Oh, okay.
Lionel, little Lionel.
Yeah, so I recently found out that song was featured in a movie from 1985 called White Nights, which is a ballet movie, and it stars Mikhail Baryshnikov and what's his name there? Gregory Hines, who are both professional dancers. So I don't know, maybe you need to check out that film as well.
I will now.
There you go. Awesome.
Right on. Well, I would love to, if it's okay with you, Katie, just read some of your bio that Tanner took off the interwebs. Lots of beautiful press on you. So I'm just going to take a moment to read through a couple shout outs and a little bit of information about all the beautiful work you do. So Katie Matzell is a singer and songwriter from Portland, Maine, who has released their self-titled debut EP at the start of 2018. Maine Today called the debut fierce and dazzling. Added that Matzell's vocals are sweet and full and gorgeous, with a richness of them that makes the songs burst all the more. The Delhi magazine said Matzell's voice, both effortless and simple, floats above a sea of washy keys and pocket grooves, calling comparisons not only to her influences of the past, namely Bonnie Raitt and Aretha Franklin, but also for her contemporaries Norah Jones and Emily King immediately come to mind. Matzell was nominated by the New England Music Awards in 2018 for Female Performer of the Year. Katie Matzell, welcome and thank you. Welcome to It's Music Time.
Thanks for having me.
Yay.
Absolutely. So, Katie, you released a single entitled In Spring Forgetting in the summer of 2019. And I know that very recently you returned from a songwriting retreat in the south of France. And, it just feels like there's this new collection of Katie Matzell music on the horizon. I don't know if it will be a collection of songs, maybe even an LP. But I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about this retreat and what projects you have going on.
Sure. So the retreat took place in July, and I got to meet 6 other women from all over New York, Nashville, Boston, Portland, Oregon. And there was one woman who drove over from Portugal. And we did a lot of group collaboration, but we all had several hours a day to just work on our own material, whether that be starting new ideas from scratch, just from, the inspiration around us, or a lot of us came with some unfinished material that we wanted to dig into and finish. So I tried to not put too much pressure on myself when I got there and just decided I was going to go with the flow and see what came of it. But I did bring one song idea that I started writing a couple years ago, and I actually finished it out there. And I'll be recording that this fall in Nashville. And it's a song I started writing for my dog Penelope after she passed 2 years ago. And I finished it out there, and it was really significant to me because she was a Great Pyrenees, and I finished this song while I was sitting in the grass staring at the Pyrenees Mountains. So I was really happy to finish it because it's really just a love letter to her, and I'm really proud of it. I came home and I told everybody I think this is the best thing I've ever written. So I'll be recording that and some other songs in the fall. And I also have a lot of new material that I've written here that I'll be recording. And I'm not sure yet if it'll be an LP. I'm not sure if it'll be chopped into a couple EPs just because of the different shapes these songs are taking. I don't know how cohesive all of it is together yet. I may just release a steady stream of singles for a bit. I'm not sure. As we all know, the music landscape just keeps changing. And nobody knows anymore, what's the strategy? What do we do? So my biggest goal is just to finish these 8 to 12 songs and then make a plan for them. But I will start recording this fall.
Awesome. Wow.
So exciting.
Wow. That one song, I just can't wait to hear it. It's incredible.
Yeah. It's a tearjerker, but yeah. Thank you. She was, I don't know if you're dog people, but I'm a dog person, and she was my best friend. I had her for 10 years.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. Thinking about you looking out at those Pyrenees Mountains, that full circle moment is like, woo, that in and of itself just makes me tear up. Like that's really beautiful. I'm so excited to hear it.
I had planned to bring some of her ashes with me to leave out there, and I forgot them because I kept whittling down all my luggage because I really wanted to just guarantee that I was only going to fly with carry-ons all the way there. I just didn't want to deal with, luggage getting lost or anything. So I forgot the ashes, but I'm going back next summer. So I'll sprinkle a little bit of Penelope out there next year.
I love it. And no doubt her spirit was with you the whole time. Very cool. Very, very cool.
So it sounds like when you went out to this retreat, you had some ideas in mind, and you finished one of them. Did you gain any inspiration from some of the women that you were around And, did you see any potential to maybe collaborate with some of these artists?
Yeah, definitely. All of our styles are pretty different. So it was really cool seeing how the other women write, and they all play different instruments. So it was honestly for me to just observe and see what their writing processes are, how they write, if they come up with, because I come up with melody and lyric first, and then I take it to my band and get like the full arrangement going. But yeah, we had somebody who came to the retreat who played fiddle, and she writes on fiddle, and piano, guitar, bass. So yeah, I definitely, the song that I wrote for my dog Penelope, I collaborated with a woman there from Nashville, which is why I'm flying to Nashville to record at her studio. And she played guitar and sang harmony on it. So yeah, we're going to continue. I mean, we kind of bonded really fast, because when you're writing, you're in a really vulnerable position, and it was just such a great group of people that we were able to just open up and share so quickly. And we were only there for a week, but we're kind of bonded for life. And we'll find other ways to get together and collaborate, maybe play shows in each other's cities and things like that. But yeah, I did have a little collaboration on some of my songs. I dug out a really old one that I haven't recorded yet, that I forgot I even had, and the whole group played on it. And the reason for all the collaborations that week too because at the end of the week, we the owner of the house out there invited all of her neighbors to come for a house concert, and then we all played all the songs that we wrote that week.
Wow.
So we all ended up picking up instruments and singing harmonies on each other's songs, and kind of performing everything as a group of 7. Yeah, so we'll continue to collaborate and send song ideas to each other. We're all keeping in touch on what's that app? Is it WhatsApp?
Mm-hmm.
WhatsApp, yeah.
And just sending things back and forth, sending song seeds. So yeah, it'll keep going for sure.
Cool. That's awesome.
Magic.
That's awesome. So I gotta ask you, because I'm familiar with your brother, Katie, Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah, and back in the day, he touted himself as an accomplished beatboxer, and I was wondering if that rubbed off on you, and if we might see a beatboxing track on one of these new.
Can confirm that the beatboxing did not rub off on me, but yeah, no beatboxing, that's for sure. Eric plays a lot of acoustic guitar now. He still plays, and we've played together over the years too. And he sends me new artists and songs to check out all the time. So the music stuff runs pretty deep in my family. And my dad was a musician and a drummer, and he recently passed in October. And that's definitely where we got it from, because there was just always music playing in the house. And he would strum his guitar and sing, and we would all sing backups and hit drums and things like that. So we're definitely a musical family, and I'm one of 4. I'm one of 4 kids, and all 4 of us are musically inclined, but the others wouldn't say they are, and I'm not really sure why that is. But yeah, music's always been huge in our family.
Yeah, it's funny. I was able to connect with you through Eric, and he had mentioned about your dad, and said that your dad had conducted many an interview himself, and even had the opportunity to talk to Sir Paul McCartney once upon a time. I mean, that's just such an incredible story, and inspirational for Morgan and I, who are just starting out and seeing what the It's Music Time podcast could become. So we're in awe of the Matzell family for sure.
Yeah, it's funny that Paul McCartney interview, I think it was like 91 or something. I have the cassette tape of that interview. So we went through all of his stuff. We cleaned out the family storage unit, and I got all of his LPs. And that there were 2 items in there that I was hoping would be in storage still. and one was the cassette tape of the interview with Paul McCartney and this Paul McCartney concert poster from 1991 that my dad kept, and he kept the original concert ticket. It was stapled to it. And I just vividly remember that hanging up on the walls in my dad's studio, his home studio. And I was just hoping that because I just had such a photographic memory of this poster my whole life, and it was in there, and it was kind of wonky and, a little, in kind of rough shape, but I had it professionally framed and with the ticket. And so I did that, and then I found the cassette tape. So that was at a radio station. It was at WERZ in Exeter, New Hampshire. And I guess the story is my dad almost bailed on it because he was really nervous, but he came home and told my mom, "Oh, I've just worked all day. I don't really want to go back to the studio to interview him tonight." And my mom was like, "You're totally self-sabotaging right now. Go do it." And my dad's the biggest Beatles freak in the world, so I know it meant the world to him. But yeah, so I have the cassette tape, and I'm gonna bring it into my buddy's recording studio, and he's gonna digitize it for me. So I'll have that. I'll send it to you.
Yeah. Oh my, that'd be amazing.
That would be incredible.
That would be amazing.
Wow. Wow. So many levels of wow. What an incredible father it sounds like you had.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. It's like, even now that he's gone, it overwhelms me, just all the stuff that he did in his career and how talented he was. And he would have been the last person to say it, So all of his radio buddies and musician buddies coming out of the woodwork after he passed, just hearing all the stories of everything he did was really heartwarming. The good stuff really took over the loss for quite a while. So, and now I have all of his musical stuff where I live, so I'm keeping that safe and sound.
Wow. Yeah. That's beautiful. It's so incredible too to hear you talk about just the legacy of your family and what he modeled for you, and the environment of experimentation and collaboration and music that he instilled in you and your three siblings. Like what an incredible imprint on your hearts forever, and just like the ripples of that. It's just, it's there's nothing like it. That's very
Yep.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Well, let's see. We'll move maybe toward our deep cut section of the podcast, which is just a question about this week. I think we're going to talk about songs that make us really amped up. Like, I got to do something I don't want to do. Like, what's my pump up song? Or I'm in a wedding and I want people to really get up and boogie and have a good time. Or I'm driving with the windows down and I just want to scream at the top of my lungs and feel so alive. Like, what are those songs for you? Are there one or two that come to mind?
Yeah. Well, one in particular is kind of a newer one that I've just heard for the first time. And I learned about it because we're learning it in the wedding band that I'm in. So I'm a co-lead singer in a 9-piece wedding band with a full horn section. And it's made up of a bunch of veteran Portland musicians. I'm going to plug it. We're called Big Magic. And we are learning this one song for a wedding at the end of the season. And it's by this band. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're called Couch.
I haven't, no.
They're a really cool band from Boston, and they kind of have this big kind of R&B funk, huge wall of sound kind of band. I would compare them to Lake Street Dive and Lawrence and Wolfpack. And this song is called Easy to Love, and it's a huge number, and it's my favorite song that we're singing with the band right now. And I don't want to wait till the end of the summer to perform it. I want us to play it at every single wedding because it's got huge horn parts. And anyway, you should check it out. It's a really, really good song. And so I've found that when I step out the door, I usually go for about an hour walk every day. That's the first song I put on because it just really fires me up. So
Easy to
Easy to
Love by
Love.
Couch. Okay. I love that.
It's one of my favorite pieces of furniture. You know, I
Yeah.
love a good
Yes.
couch.
Love a good couch. Love a good couch and love a good horn section. Oh, the bigness of that sound is just,
Yeah.
it touches something really deep of like, okay, it's go time. Whatever it is, it's go time.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. How about you, Morgan? What gets you pumped up?
Okay, so this is like maybe an embarrassing thing, but like I'm a huge Eminem fan. I love Eminem.
Uh-huh.
And The Real Slim Shady is my pump up song. I know every word, and I can't speak to his ethics or the way he talks about women or anything really for that matter. However, his creative genius is astonishing to me. And something about that era of his music, The Real Slim Shady, particularly, just like when I hear the beginning of that song, like bum, 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 I'm just like I'm there, like it's over. I'm ready to take on the next thing. So, The Real Slim Shady by Eminem is my pump up song. What about you, Tanner?
So for me, I have got to go with Hey Ya by Outkast.
Oh,
You know, and it's just like,
we play that at weddings too, and that gets everybody freaks out.
Yes.
Sure, yeah. If I like, even if I go into like a dingy dive bar and everyone's just kind of down, like, whatever, sipping their IPAs, go to the jukebox, throw on Hey Ya, you start to see heads bopping up and down. I mean, that song has such crossover appeal. And I love the music video too.
Yeah.
It's kind of an homage to like the Beatles, Ed Sullivan performance.
Yeah.
And I love Hey Ya. I can listen to it all day on repeat.
Oh my god, that whole Speaker Box album is nuts.
Yeah.
Also huge. There's like 2 albums in one, and it's just like, oh my gosh, that's one of my favorite like albums to listen to front to back as well.
Yeah, I listened to a lot of Outkast in high school on the bus to and from basketball games.
Oh my god,
I've got real visceral memories. And Tanner, I meant to say earlier, I remember you. We're from rival high schools.
Wisconsin
and Booth Bay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We are. Yeah. Yep. That happened. I think it's still happening.
Still rivalry. Oh god. Yeah.
Yep. No, I was, for any of our listeners that aren't familiar with who I am, like I was heavily involved with basketball growing up, and the Booth Bay Wisconsin rivalry was it was fun. It was a fun time.
It was fun. I loved the basketball games. I loved going to the away game. We would all just pile in cars and go. And everybody showed up for those Booth Bay Wisconsin games.
Oh, yeah. It was a huge part of our childhood. And, at one point, Wisconsin was a bigger school than Booth Bay. And, we'd play each other during the regular season. But then during the playoffs, we would go support your team and vice versa. So, yeah, it was a rivalry, but it was a friendly rivalry, I'd have to say.
Yeah.
There was some love. I also went to Booth Bay a couple years, few years younger, but that rivalry was still alive and well at that point too. But, at the end of the day, it's like, we're all kind of just doing the same thing in different ways. I wanted to say too, just getting back to Outkast, because I adore Andre 3000 is doing some cool stuff right now in terms of like his solo work, and he's playing the flute a lot. He's doing these like improvisational concerts. I don't know if you've heard about any of that, but it's like basically a really different way of experiencing music. So it's live music, almost 100% improvisation. You're supposed to like put your phone away, not record, not take pictures, whatever, and just be fully immersed in the experience. He's really thinking differently about music, really giving himself full permission. I mean, he's such a creative genius in general, but just like giving himself full permission to go where he wants to go. If you read, I'll send you after, like, if you read the names on the album, one was like, I swear I wanted to make a rap album, but this is what came out. Like, that's the title of the song. Oh, it's like him playing this like beautiful ethereal flute music with like a beat in the back. So anyway, definitely like all for these genre expansive spaces that are emerging right now and have been forever. But like, he's really, I think, a leader in that immersive experience space that seems to be just like so nourishing.
Yeah, I need to check that out. I didn't know he was doing that. Yep.
Let's
Cool.
see.
So yeah, now as our listeners know, we have our Mix It Up playlist that accompanies each episode, and so I've submitted 4 songs, as has Morgan, as has Katie, and so we're going to take a moment just to kind of highlight one of our selections right now, and then once this episode is up, you can click in the description. It will redirect you to that playlist, and when you go for your hour-long walk in the morning, you can throw it on and start your day off right. So, Katie, what song did you decide to add to the mix?
I would definitely add the one I mentioned before, "Easy to Love."
Yes.
And this can just be a weird mix of stuff, right?
Absolutely.
The weirder the better.
The weirder the better.
Yeah.
All right, I've got to throw in a song from my girl Bonnie Raitt.
Oh.
Let's put "Nick of Time" on there. That's a classic.
Woo!
Let's see. Emily King was mentioned earlier. I really, really love her music. She's got some great songs. I would say "Distance." Do you guys know Emily King?
I can't say I do.
No, I don't.
She's great. So "Distance" by Emily King. I'll put these in our little private chat so you can
Sure.
later. And a fourth one. I really love Madison Cunningham. She's an incredible guitarist and vocalist and songwriter. I would say the first song I ever heard of hers, and this is a gets me fired up song, is "Pin It Down" by Madison Cunningham.
Okay, wow. We'll have to add those. We'll check those out for sure.
Bounty, bounty, bounty. Oh, I'm excited.
Love it.
Tanner?
So the one song that I want to highlight is "Frozen Charlotte" by Natalie Merchant. So, I have listened to some of your music, Katie, and I was thinking about, really soulful singers, and Natalie Merchant is someone that's always kind of resonated with me for one reason or another, whether it works with 10,000 Maniacs, or I had the privilege to see her solo a year ago at Merrill Auditorium. And Frozen Charlotte has a secondary singer on that track, and there's a bit of a dialogue. I'm not sure if it's a conversation between a mother and daughter. I'd have to kind of look into that. But it got me thinking about something that you said, Morgan, relating to Andre 3000, about being present at your shows. So when I went to the show at Merrill, they were really adamant about not filming Natalie Merchant. And she had a comment. She said, these smartphones, and she held one up, they're the best things that have happened to us, but they're also the worst thing to have happened to us. And people continued to film her at the show, and she actually got off the stage and probably took about 15 to 20 smartphones away from audience members and was like, hey, I'm going to give this back to you at the end of the show. And she kind of playfully even took selfies with these people's phones and whatever. It was in jest. And I have mixed feelings about that, because part of me is like, all right, you pay whatever, $50, $60, $70 to go to a show. Maybe you've earned the right to do what you want with your smartphone. But there's that other part of me that's like, Natalie has a point where it's important to be present. And so that was my major takeaway. But the song is, beautiful, and I really love what she does. So
Frozen Charlotte. I'll look that up.
Yeah. Are you familiar with any of Natalie Merchant's stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yep.
Yeah. How about you, Morgan?
So I chose a song called "Worthy" by Mavis Staples. That is a 2024 song. She is a legend, obviously, on so many levels, from civil rights to incredible voice, incredible singer-songwriter, just incredible force. She's got to be 80-something, and she's still putting out music, and my God, her voice is resonant and powerful and as fierce, and delicious as always. So it's called Worthy, and it came out just now, and Mavis Staples. So I added that to the playlist.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, so moving right along, we're kind of like getting close to the end here. We just wanted to make sure, though, before we wrap, that we tell people where they can find you. So I have a few things here, and just fill in the blanks if I miss anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and plug these social platform internet spaces. So katiematzell.com is one place that folks can find you. On Instagram, Katie Matzell. Anywhere else that you want people to kind of be tuned in, maybe YouTube or?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel, and I drop a lot of live videos on there. Definitely needs some updating. We'll have a lot more of that in the coming year. And I'm on Facebook as well. You can find me there. My music page is Katie Matzell Music.
Beautiful.
And then you can find me everywhere music is streaming. So all the music platforms, and got CDs for sale at Bull Moose, and then of course at my live shows.
Love Bull Moose.
You've got your wedding band too. We can put that information.
Yes.
Big Magic.
The wedding band is Big Magic. We're a Big Magic band on Instagram.
Cool.
I also have a cover band that's a really fun side project. We're called Rosa Ragosa, and we cover strictly female artists. So
Woo!
like Bonnie Raitt, Susan Tedeschi, Sade, we're covering Haim, Taylor Swift, everybody. So that's really fun. And yeah, just there's a ton of music happening right now. So
anything that we want to put on folks' radar in terms of like shows coming up, or are you kind of more in an underground space of like getting music written and recorded and doing just different things?
Yeah, I'm in a writing and recording phase right now. My cover band Rosa Ragosa plays a bunch of Wednesday nights down at Portland Lobster Company.
Oh, great!
It's a really casual, fun gig. You know, sit outside, have a beer. But yeah, I'm kind of in planning mode for the year ahead. I have a show that I'm working on putting together, but it's not announced, so I can't talk about it yet.
Totally.
But yes, towards the end of the year and into 2025, there will be a lot of stuff going on.
Great.
You know, Katie, we might have an untapped resource of a space that you might be able to perform at if interested. If it all works out, I don't know, maybe Morgan could shed some light on that space.
Sure, yeah. I have a little art studio and shop here in Booth Bay. It's in an old firehouse building, and we're just starting to bring some artists in to perform. Singers, poets, songwriters. We just had my friend Naomi Westwater, who's a folk musician, come and perform on Sunday. So just know that could be available to you. It's a sweet spot. It's like 35 people, so really intimate, kind of tiny desk concert series energy.
Yep.
But we'll keep you posted on that, because we're hoping to bring some folks in to fill that 120-year-old building with as much life as possible. So
definitely, yeah, keep me posted on that.
Cool.
Well, Katie, thank you so much for joining us today. We are the It's Music Time podcast. We are on Spotify at It's Music Time podcast, as well as Instagram and YouTube. And then after this episode, we are going to stitch on an encore performance. Katie, what song are our listeners going to be privileged to?
You're going to hear, or you're going to see and hear Better Late Than Never, one of my original songs. And we recorded it live at One Longfellow Square in Portland. And that was a really special show with the full band. And I also had a string quartet. So we wrote string arrangements for those songs.
Oh, stunning.
Very cool.
Wow.
Very cool.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you again. I'll just kind of sign off with our normal It's Music Time. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, universe. We'd love to hear feedback. Consider leaving a review. Share this with your friends. Support this funny little passion project, the podcast we have going on here. We appreciate your support. And until next time, stay cooler than cool. Katie, thank you again, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
would you leave me behind? Oh When you're on the road, do you forget where you come from? Longing to everybody else can make it hard to come home. And I know you're tired, but I'm just starting. And I never leave you behind. Gotta listen, or you'll miss it. When it's calling you out of your sleep at night, it's better late than never. This moon, I'm gonna try something new. And all the worry that holds me down, I'm gonna look right through. 'Cause after all, you're allowed to shine too. Only shadow cast is mine on you. You gotta listen, or you'll miss it. When it's calling you out of your sleep at night, it's better late than never. Gotta listen, or you'll miss it. When it's calling you out of your sleep at night, gotta listen, or you'll miss it. When it's calling you out of your sleep at night, it's better late than never. Thank you.
The It's Music Time podcast is an independent passion project produced by Tanner Grover and Morgan Mitchell. The theme song for this podcast is by Ben Shepherd, the artist known as Yay Yay. Find him on Instagram at Yay Yay Music. Thanks for tuning in to the It's Music Time podcast. See you next time.